107.5 WBLS, New York.
Let's do it.
If you've got it.
This is ludicrous. Hey. Let's Mr. A to the Z exhibit. Disturbing the peace.
If you've got it, you got it, you got it. Flaunt it.
What's your name?
Wendy Williams.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Hey, what's up? This is A-Marie, and how you doing? What's up? This is Vivian Green, and you're listening to the queen of all media, Wendy Williams. Last night, can't get off.
Yo, did you catch this flashback?
Did I tell you I went to a lesbian club Friday night? Oh, wearing that white beater? Yup. I took it off. I was dancing the whole night.
With the gay girls?
Yeah. I had a better time there than the regular spot.
Did you tell them that you were from the show?
They found out eventually.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we had a good time. They treated me good.
I got to tell you something. The Rainbow Coalition,
They love us.
they're all right with me.
I never meant to sound judgmental if I ever did.
No, well, you have.
I just don't understand some people's lifestyle. I had a good time.
You might not understand, but it is what it is.
Toe is a toe?
A toe is a toe.
That's right. Embrace it. Hands up.
This it right here. Miss a day, miss a whole lot. Coming through your speakers, boy. It's Wendy, man.
No, I have to go. All right, no, my break is back. Okay, bye. It's so funny to me that, and I often have said this to you guys, but it makes me laugh every time. You know, radio is big business. Ask Madison Avenue. But I swear, we got a telephone like at your grandmother's house in the studio. Do you hear how you hang up? It gets residual ding. Oh man, I would have never thought, like, well, you know, coming up, I would have never thought that, wow, this is it. With the grandma phone. Literally, it's not even attached to anything. Like, if you walk across the studio, the phone swings in the atmosphere like at your house. When you're walking from your dresser to the window, pacing back and forth, the phone is dragging on the floor behind you. That's like the studio phone. Shout out again to Young Jeezy. It was real nice chatting with you, my man, my mellow. His new CD is in stores on July 26th. I did think I was going to be getting an advance copy, but apparently we all have to wait. Damn. Shout out to Lee Remini. Leah, I love her. You know, the King of Queens. Love that show. Well, Miss Honey had some intensive negotiations with the big people at CBS, the King of Queens channel, and she's finally inked a deal for another season. And guess what? Her salary is tripled what it was last season. They say that she's getting the same salary in the ballpark of Kevin James, who is another cutie pie. I love Doug Heffernan. And now he's making approximately $400,000 per episode, and she now is in the same neighborhood. As well she should be. That show couldn't survive without her. I mean, as cute as Kevin is, if they got a divorce on the show and Doug ran off and she was left to, you know, hold it down in Queens, I'd still watch the show. Whereas if she got killed off the show and it was only Doug and Deke, I wouldn't watch. And I love Deke. But without Leah, that's, you know, for getting the same neighborhood as, you need to be getting damn near the same money. Because you are the Queen of Queens. They say that Matt LeBlanc over at CBS is the highest paid star that they have so far. Well, I didn't even know that show was still on. If I were the King and the Queen of Queens, I'd be insulted. They should be getting more money than Matt LeBlanc. Kristen, do you watch Matt LeBlanc's show, Joey?
No.
Did you start out watching it?
No.
You never started watching it? Well,
No.
geez, I at least gave it a chance. Like, I gave it a chance. I tried. I don't watch that show. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, over at ABC, guess what the big summer hit is, you guys? Dancing with the Stars. Do you watch that? I don't watch that. We have a light intern staff today. Shaylin's wallet was stolen, and she's been out dealing with that. And I forgot why Bianca's not here, but anyway, Kristen, she's busy. And I forgot who else is supposed to be here. Kristen's the only one here today. I've never seen Dancing with the Stars. But, originally only 6 episodes were made for ABC, and now you guys watch that show like crazy. You like to see people dancing around on the TV. Guess what? ABC is giving the green light for follow-up episodes. So the new episodes are going to debut in the early winter or late March. They don't want to crash into NBC over there with the Olympics. Yeah? Do you watch the Olympics? I haven't watched the Olympics. Watch me date myself. Since Wendy Bolio, who used to be my swim coach, after, she picked up her Olympic medals, then she ended up, I think, settling in Ocean Township because she was my swim coach at one point, for summer training. And Mark Spitz. That's how long it's been since I cared about the Olympics. And back then, because I was, I was training as a swimmer that might one day get into maybe the Junior Olympics or something like that. I mean, training with the weights and the whole bit. Jello in the palm of my hand. You eat that, the sugar rush gets you swimming faster, and waking up at 5:30 in the morning, training before school. Why do you think my back is so damn big? All those damn weights. Training and then showering before school, then going to school. After school, back in this, swim riding around in a bus on the weekend, going from town to town, state to state, swimming and junk. I wasn't the best swimmer. I was the only black girl, though, so I certainly did stand out. I might have been like in the 8th lane, in an 8-lane, meet, the wild card. But I was there, and I swam. Wendy Bolio and Mark Spitz. I haven't cared about the Olympics since then. I couldn't tell you. Lionel Richie's forgiven his wife. How do you like that? Well, I'm talking about the one Diane who beat up his first wife, Brenda, on the front lawn. Lionel tried to get in the way. Brenda kicked him in the privates. And then the girls continued fighting. The say you, say me man is 56, and Diane is 39. Now, you'll recall the scandal, right? All right. Last year, there was a huge legal scandal involving Diane and her, at that time, live-in lover. The live-in lover and Diane were living in the mansion that she won in the divorce settlement from Lionel. And in that mansion, they were involved in some very illegal cosmetic surgery practices. Apparently, her live-in lover was this cosmetic surgeon who maybe, I forgot the actual story, like didn't have a license or, something like that. Anyway, giving, dosing up the Botox and, performing surgical acts. So, apparently, it was Lionel who instigated the arrest. Calling the cops. Hello. I know where there's some illegal Botoxing and breast implanting going on right inside my own mansion. Oops, did I say that? I meant down the street at a mansion owned by Lionel Richie, but luxuriating in by his ex-wife and her boyfriend, posing as a cosmetic surgeon. Well, anyway, these two have overcome their differences. And they took a nice, luxurious vacation in the Caribbean, and they're rekindling their romance with each other. And they have 2 kids together, Diane and Lionel. Miles is 11, and Sophie will be 7 next month. And the kids couldn't be happier to see their parents reunite. I mean, I'm happy for them. Do you know? Why do I get like all sappy and happy? I'm happy for Lionel and Diane, and I'm happy for Pam and Tommy Lee. I'm happy for them. There's no explaining how people operate their love lives. And you all, the boyfriend-girlfriend relationship or the man-wife, there's really no account for how people explain their relationships. But I am nothing but happy for Lionel and Diane. And I'm happy for Pam and Tommy. I'm real happy for them. That's some sick, crazy love.
It is.
But I love it. Yeah. Also, because I've seen some really ill angles of Pam in pictures recently, she's starting to jump the shark. A little something. What? A little something, a little something, a little something. She's going to need an eye job in a minute. Those late nights and, the booze and stuff. I'm starting to catch up with her just a little bit. But, it happens. It happens to the best of us. Oh, I have more on the Cassidy case. Yeah, ballistics. I didn't tell you guys this. Remember when I told you that the reason that his bail was denied is because ballistics has to go through, evidence, I guess dust for fingerprints and stuff, and so they don't feel comfortable letting him out on the street on bail. Well, this is what I neglected to tell you. There are more than 100 pieces of ballistic evidence from that crime scene shooting on April 15th that the cops have to go through. And I didn't describe to you what Cassidy came to court in yesterday. He was wearing an oversized black suit. That's the description. Does that mean it was too big for him? An oversized black suit, a white shirt. He had a tie on and a navy blue canvas slip-ons and athletic socks. What does that mean? He looked crazy? Yes. A little man and a big... he's not a big man. What are they saying? Little Cassidy came to court in a big Michael Jordan, Steve Harvey special. One of them big suits those dudes wear. And house shoes and sweat socks. Oh, yo, Cassidy. Wait. Cassidy... Oh, wait, hold on. Cassidy came to court wearing an oversized black suit, a white shirt, a strip tie. I know this is a typo. This must be in striped. What is a strip tie? That strip piece of leather like Denny Terrio used to wear back in the day? Shut up. No, this is going to be striped. All right, we're going to go with the striped tie and navy blue canvas slip-ons over white athletic socks. I guess he's going for that insanity play. Oh man, shout out to you, Cassidy. We'll get this all sorted out. Okay, keep the cuckoo going, cause this just in. Hey, Wendy. Hey. I went to Terry McMillan's book signing at Human Bookstore in Harlem yesterday, and Miss McMillan was a hot mess. She was very animated and couldn't sit still, and appeared a trifle bit ghetto. As a matter of fact, she did the reading standing, which was against the wishes of the Human staff. Why? I did my reading standing. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. All right. After her introduction, she began to talk by saying, "I don't want no questions about my marriage or my divorce." So far, this is what I would say if I were her. The reading was good and the book appears to be entertaining. There were whispers among the audience members that she might be high because she was so animated. She displayed some novelty soaps on the table, and one was titled World's Most Hateful Bitch. In addition, the backdrop was the gay lesbian section of the bookstore. Oh, well, that was happenstance. Just before she was introduced, one of the staffers rushed up to the shelves and pulled the gay and lesbian section sign off the shelves, but neglected to remove the prominently displayed books by Keith Boykin. One More River to Cross, Black and Gay in America, and Beyond the Down Low. Positioned right next to the book called Black Gay Man Essays by Robert Reed Farr. But I don't think she noticed. Yeah, that was a happenstance too. That was a happenstance. And you're supposed to do your reading standing up. If you sit down, nobody can see you. Like at some book signings, if you've never been to a book signing, sometimes authors do readings. Sometimes they do question and answer. And sometimes you just walk right in, you sit down with your Sharpies, and you give individual conversation to each person. Me personally, like when I do my book tours, I've done a little bit of everything. My favorite way of doing it is just getting in and sitting down and getting to the signing, because I enjoy one-on-one conversation. You know, like people might say a few words to me and I say some words to them and we both laugh. It's like more personal that way. the individual readings, they take it takes a bit of time. Like you're up there reading for like 20 minutes, whereas that 20 minutes can be better served by one-on-one thanking each individual person that comes up, signing their book, and, having one-on-one. Oh, turn this up.
Cool say.
Every time I hear this beat right here, it reminds me of how you walk in a strip club. Like, oh.
How you doing?
Oh. Shout out to everybody in Columbia. See you Friday.
It's Wendy, man.
I drove yesterday to get your book. That book is fire! Yes, honey, you did it again, honey. You did it again.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Wendy Williams. I have just been getting my Starbucks on. Champagne gave me a Starbucks gift card. And then I opened up Taryn, the queen of all interns, who's now not working with the show anymore. She's over at MTV, but she stopped by for the birthday show, and she gave me a Starbucks gift card. And then Zoe, too. I could never have enough of them. You know what I mean? I love the Starbucks gift cards. Somebody, and I can't think who, either it was for Christmas or my birthday. It's a mess that I can't think of the name. Somebody gave me a $300 Starbucks gift card for an occasion. And I remember I was eating that's why I got turned on to the sandwiches and whatnot. Because normally, once they drain your pockets with that expensive ass gourmet coffee of theirs, who has money for a coffee cake and a sandwich? And besides the coffee so fattening, who really wants it? But yeah, $300 Starbucks gift card.
You don't even remember.
I can't even think.
I don't know not to spend $300 on you.
Oh yeah, no, that was excessive. I mean, when somebody gives like that, they got money to burn. It was probably from somebody wealthy. I remember when my son was born, his aunt and his uncle gave us the play aunt and uncle, not my brother. He's a public school teacher. He certainly would not be giving $1,000. In his heart, he would want to, but his aunt and uncle, family friends, gave us a $1,000 Gap gift card. You know what I mean? Jeez, I mean, between me and you, how many clothes? What do you buy a newborn? $1,000, please. I was like, look, Junior, I did the pushing and you did the, popping out. So we're gonna split this right here. You understand me? Take the baby in there and we split it up. $500 for you, $500 for me. It's only right. I gained 103 pounds. I needed some clothes to cover that mammoth mess that I had going on.
Oh, God.
How dare you? You ever do that with the gift cards after you have your kids? I mean, happy birthday, Junior, a $50 gift card at Saks. No, you don't spend it on yourself, but like I've never done that. But the $1,000 was excessive. As a matter of fact, I even told aunt and uncle. I was like, I bought myself some things because I was on bed rest for 9 months, and I felt as though I wanted a treat too. I had a little postpartum, a new shade of lipstick and some new clothes from the Gap certainly helped.
Right. You was a mail order queen.
I was a mail order queen, exactly. Oh, I want your love. Hey, everybody, you ready for some football? Well, on Saturday, September 24th, you know what I'm about to tell you about. Yeah, of course. The New York Urban League's 35th annual football classic at Giants Stadium. This game is legendary. I'll repeat the date again because you definitely want to get ready for this. Saturday, September 24th. BLS will be out there. For more information about the football classic, this is usually the Grambling. Who are the two black schools that participate in this? Hampton, Grambling.
Yeah.
Hampton. It's not always Grambling, is it? It usually is Grambling.
I think it's
Grambling's the one with the band, and Hampton tries to keep up. My sister-in-law wouldn't want me to say that, Renita. She's a graduate of Hampton. They named their dog Hampton and everything. Wow. Yep. Her sister went to Hampton. As a matter of fact, my sister-in-law, Sade, she still goes to Hampton. You know what I mean?
Hampton Pirates.
Yep. Is that what they are, the Hampton Pirates? The dog poops on the floor as much as Wilson did.
Wow.
But they stick with him.
Yeah.
There's me.
Bail.
I gave old Wilson to Uncle Artie. I had to bail.
Yeah.
Anyway, call up and find out about tickets for the big New York Urban League Classic. This is the 35th year they're doing this. It's a football classic, Giant Stadium. Once again, the date is September 24th. Always a good time to be had by everybody. A lot of tailgating going on out there in the parking lot, and it's a great place to meet the opposite sex. Or the same sex. So, look, I'm no judgments. 212-926-8000, extension 55. Uh-oh. Why does it sound like you're calling somebody's desk at work? Oh, this is not good. 212-926-8000, extension 55.
Oh.
Damn. No, this is not a good look. 212-926-8000, extension 55.
Oh,
blow that phone up. Johnson!
Oh.
This is Allstate Insurance. I don't know what you're doing on the side. There's a whole lot of activity at your extension.
Gotta get your hustle on.
212-926-8000, extension 55. Woo! What's today, Wednesday? Oh, shoot, the Wendy Williams Comedy Experience.
Oh.
And it's on like that. We'll all be in there. Capone, the Gangsta of Comedy, Ken Black, all the comedians, the Negroidian Buffet,
Yes.
Artie Life of the Party. I'll be up in there too. I'll see you at the Laugh Factory. Come one, come all. Don't be nervous if your crew is not coming with you. If there's one place you can feel comfortable coming by yourself, it is the Wendy Williams Comedy Experience.
Why did you say Negroidian buffet? It's exquisite soul food.
Now, we need to break it down. It is what it is.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, I thought that this was the one place you can count on the dial where nobody minces words.
Right. True. Yeah, you're right.
You understand what I'm saying? You call a spade,
Yeah.
and you call it what it is, what it is.
There you go.
Right? That's the subtitle of the show. It is what it is.
The mantra.
Yeah. I think it's mantra.
Okay, mantra.
Would you call it a mantra?
Yeah. I'm trying to be intelligent.
You might be saying it right. Maybe it's me who's wrong. The mantra. No, it's mantra when you're talking about that. It's tantric when you're talking about tantric, like,
Sex.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
There you go.
They sound similar.
Yeah.
Everything always comes back to the superhead, doesn't it? Tomorrow is Wednesday. I mean, today is Wednesday. Okay, so that's the 42nd Street and 8th Avenue is the Laugh Factory. I'll see you there tonight. Doors open up at 8 o'clock. The comedy starts at 9 o'clock. I'll see you up in there. I sit, as you're facing the stage, I sit to the right of the stage. And then tomorrow is Thursday. That means that the Shadow Nightclub is free. It's free. Go check it out. They don't charge anything at the door. It's free. I'm about to tell you who's going to be featured there for the first Friday in August, but hold on a second. Friday night, the Shadow Nightclub still blast off with the party. Saturday night, Chuck Chillout's there.
Grandpa.
But guess who's... Why'd you call him Grandpa?
That's my man. He's old head.
He is an old head. He's been around a long time, Chuck Chillout.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Yeah, he is. Chuck Chillout in the mix. Guess who's going to be at the Shadow the first Friday in August? Oh, is that Crystal Waters?
Sound like him.
No, it's not. I got the wrong dance diva.
Yeah. Another clue.
Oh hell, Cece Peniston.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't even think of a clue.
Finally.
Yeah, finally, and all that. Please, you know I love my Cece Peniston. I'm sorry for getting it twisted, Crystal Water. Are you kidding me? Finally, we got a love thing. How about Keep On Walking?
Oh.
I'm in the mood. Crazy love. Hit by love.
CeCe Penn is legendary.
She is legendary.
No, I mean legendary.
Oh, no, do tell.
Legendary. I know a chick that was on tour as one of her backup singers. Legendary.
How you?
No.
What?
You did it for the first time. Legendary.
What?
Yes. Shout out to the diva. Legendary.
Well, it didn't get her anywhere. I mean, at least Superhead wrote a book.
Right. Well, she got an album out of it, probably. I don't know.
Look.
Uh-oh. Oh, shucks.
I'm going to the back to get my CeCe Peniston CD. First of all, I need to look at her tooth game on the front.
Oh!
Second of all, I think I want a CeCe Peniston song to play. It's 107.5 WBLS.
Oh.
And so we're back together. Oh, the Wendy Williams Experience is on the radio. Boy, today's show went by so fast. Thank you, Young Jeezy, for coming in, spreading the love. His CD will be in stores on July 26th, featuring a whole bunch of people, including Akon and Jay-Z and whatnot. 19 tracks, no skits. He just gets right to the business at hand. I like that. No chasers. No skits. Let's get right to it. And Usher has released a statement regarding the pregnancy of his girlfriend, Aisha or Alicia. I just remember her last name, Brightwell. Anyway, she is not pregnant. Usher probably crafted those poses, much like he crafted, the baby rumor when Confessions came out and then everybody ran and now the CD has sold like 10 million copies. Usher is a master at crafting up stories. So this one was, the WAGs ran with it. The pictures were posted. And then a statement was released, actually not by Usher, and it wasn't formulated here. I simply was part of the press who was talking about it. Well, Usher's girlfriend's pregnant, yada yada yada. Turns out Usher's publicist has released his official statement that that rumor was started by some idiot. I don't know who he's talking about. But the girl's not pregnant. Now, Bob Jones, who's the writer of a new Michael Jackson tell-all book. He was Michael Jackson's former publicist for many years, and he was apparently on a Los Angeles radio station, not my station, but another one, early in the morning, from 4:30 a.m. to 6 a.m. And he was a guest on some sort of talk show, and he said a few things on that show, which I've gotten from several people who actually heard Bob Jones talking. He said that Michael didn't give him severance pay as he gave other employees severance pay, but when Bob Jones was let go, he didn't get a severance pay. He also spoke of one employee, Bob Jones did, that was fired on his birthday, and that after a while he didn't speak directly to Michael. He meaning Bob Jones. Bob Jones didn't speak directly to Michael, but at the request that Michael would have through his secretary. So, Bob was speaking only to the secretary. He also talked about how he was fired without warning. I don't know. It just sounds like a disgruntled ex-employee. I'll be honest with you. As a WAG, I'm not lock and jaw in this book. Bob Jones also allegedly, I'll just say, because I didn't actually hear the interview myself, went on to say that Michael, anything that Michael does, he does strictly for himself, and that he used Al Sharpton and Louis Farrakhan as well. Bob also talked about when they all went to Africa and how this tycoon in South Africa who owns the Atlantis Hotel invited them to all go, and Michael brought a bunch of little boys with them. He also talked about when Michael and his crew went to Brazil to shoot a video, Michael brought a bunch of Italian boys with them, and that he was granted permission by the drug lords there in Brazil to shoot a video. They say Bob Jones also says that Michael thinks that he's above the law. Bob went on to say that Michael's a really, twisted individual, and Bob believes the whole molestation thing. Bob also said that he would not want to be a part of the reinventing of Michael's career, and that Michael doesn't listen to anyone. That part I believe. I don't believe Michael listens to anyone. And the part about being above the law, it's not a stretch to believe either. But I don't know when Bob Jones's book is coming out, but when it does, I'll let you know. Now, the singer Rob Thomas, you know him from Matchbox 20, is denying having gay sex with Tom Cruise.
Wow. Denying it.
Where did this story come from? Claire Newbon writes about it. Well, she says that Rob went so far as to say that if he was gay, Tom wouldn't be at the top of the list. Wow. Brad Pitt would be.
What?
Rob, you're talking too much. Well, Rob is 33, and apparently he's answering this question, did he have gay sex with Tom Cruise? Because all over the internet, there are websites posting that Rob, who's 33, had sex with Tom shortly before he started dating Katie Holmes.
Damn. Tom is sloppy.
or Rob is sloppy. Somebody's sloppy. Rob is married. I met him on the red carpet before. His wife's name is Marisol. And the rumor goes that Marisol found Tom and Rob in bed together.
Oh.
Causing Tom's people to shift into high gear and find him a mate quick before this leaks out.
Mick Jagger, David Bowie style.
Yeah. It states Mrs. Rob Thomas was bought off for an undetermined sum, and that Tom Cruise and his handlers set out to immediately find Tom Cruise a girlfriend in hopes of killing off any subsequent gay rumors. Rob, it says, they kept quiet for several weeks before finally confirming that he did not have gay sex with Tom Cruise. Okay, so in repeating, Rob Thomas did not have gay sex with Tom Cruise.
According to him.
But he would have gay sex with Brad Pitt?
Oh.
Is that what we got out of the story?
He didn't see Jonathan Plummer?
Apparently he missed Jonathan, honey, because as gay men go, I mean,
Wow, that's crazy.
It takes you way too long to summon me to the studio. When Wendy talks and she takes a pregnant pause and she gives you the queer eye, you know you're supposed to hit my entrance button. Now the moment is lost. I'm out.
Your voice sounds clearer today, too. It's clearer.
Yeah, did they zhuzh up Woody's voice?
I think so. You sound much clearer today.
Does he sound more feminine?
No, it just sound like he got less in his throat.
Oh, yes. Well, you know.
Durrell must be not around.
Durrell is still on vacation, so Woody hasn't been able to catch up to Jonathan Plummer. All righty, everybody. Was that, the 30-second? Oh, shoot, the 15 second. The
10 seconds.
The 5-second mark. I love you all for listening today. Once again, Jeezy, thanks for coming through. And thanks for blessing me again with that single, I'm a Boss, for Wendy Williams Brings the Heat, Volume 1, in stores now. It's my compilation CD on Virgin Records. And for more information about the Wendy Williams Experience, feel free to go to our website, thewendywilliamsexperience.com. I love you all for listening today. Come back tomorrow, okay? All right, bye.
See you later.
Good night. Program complete.
Elisa, can we get Bob Jones on the show?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any contacts?
No. I will look in the back.
Okay.
Mr. Manning.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Call Steve Manning. Mm-hmm. Steve is a friend to the Jacksons, though. He'll probably try to block. Call Stevie Wonder's radio station out in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Because that's the station that he was on. Here. It's KJLH. He was on a show called Front Page. I couldn't say that when everybody else was listening because I'm on 100.3 The Beat. Yeah. All right, so look, we're going to take a break. And we'll be back with the bonus hour next on the Wendy Williams Experience, on 107.5 WBLS.
In the community with 107.5 WBLS.
Join WBLS every Monday night at 7:30 as we present the 23rd annual Martin Luther King Jr. Concert Series at Wingate Field, Winthrop Street between Brooklyn and Kingston Avenues. For a full schedule, log on to WBLS.com. WBLS is rocking the Hudson with WBLS Cruise 3, the Midnight Summer Madness Cruise, Saturday, August 13th on Horizon Yacht. Tickets available now through Ticketmaster. Thursdays are Pepsi Thursdays at WBLS. Listen weekdays as we give away prizes every hour, courtesy of Pepsi. It's the Cola. This entertainment calendar is brought to you by Verizon Wireless, the most reliable national wireless network. Call 1-800-2-JOIN-IN.
For more info, log on to WBLS.com. Today's R&B and Classic Soul. 107.5 WBLS.
Since you've been listening this far, we're going to throw in a little bonus hour. You ready?
How long is this bonus hour gonna last? I'm getting addicted.
No, let me tell you, I love this extra hour.
Everything is organic here on the bonus hour.
Yeah, baby.
Hey, yo, check this out. It's Wendy, man.
Here it is.
It's the bonus hour on the Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WBLS, New York.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the bonus hour. I was just on the phone on our house phone. Behind the scenes, I was talking with Big Rosie, who I love. You know, she's from Clinton Hills. And Rosie, she's got these big giant hooters, natural. And she's like one of my favorite pop culture, what do you call collaborators? Like Big Rosie gets into like the daytime Emmys, and you know she'll spend like a month in London and then come back and let me know what all was going on. She's a seat filler at the Grammys, and she swears she hasn't, but I swear she slept with David Bowie at some point or another. Wow. Oh please, she's going to be at the Comedy Club tonight. Mm-hmm. Nice looking brown skinned girl. Sometimes she rolls with her sister. She's been a Nista for a long time. She enjoys the radio show and stuff, but she's got her own life. And part of that life is getting beyond the velvet rope. And then she comes back, she tells me what all went down. So we were talking behind the scenes about Jude Law and Sienna Miller. And we both agreed that, Sienna is what, 22, 21 or something like that? Yeah, she is engaged to Jude Law. But you know what? She was creeping with Jude Law while he was married. So, and in my opinion, the wife, probably purposely hired a good-looking nanny. And not to test him, to break that relationship up. Forget test. We already know Jude is weak. The wife caught Jude and Sienna together. So, I don't know where Sienna thought that if how you got him was to steal and poach and be part of creepery, what makes you think that he's not going to do that to you? All right. And so he did. If he had just woken up and tended to the kids' needs, got him a glass of warm milk or whatever, taken him to the bathroom or read him a little quick bedtime story, then none of this would have been discovered. Or how about not slaying the nanny in the master bedroom? The same bed, where you and your supposed fiance get together. I mean, why wouldn't you slay the nanny in the pantry?
There you go. Makes sense.
Or across the hood of the,
Corvette.
the vet out in the garage. Or out in the pool house. I mean, it's the nanny, for goodness sakes. Part of the whole scenery of the whole thing is not to do it someplace normal like the bedroom. I mean, when you're creeping and up to no good, that's when you pick the seediest place. It adds to the excitement and the drama of it all. You know what I mean? You don't do it someplace normal. Like you go to the hotel, but you don't get a room.
You don't?
No, please. You know that area where they hold your bags and, for early check-in, they hold your bags, then you go out and you shop? They hold your luggage in that area behind the concierge's desk or off to the side? That's where you slay. Oh. Over a bunch of Samsonites or something.
There you go.
Well, like Boris Beck in the broom closet at the restaurant.
Ooh, yes.
I mean, it adds to the excitement. Oh, what do I know about that? I have a vivid imagination. You'll find out just how vivid it can be.
Uh-oh.
Summer of 2006. When my novel series begins. And I weave my tales of sex and treachery. And deception. And deceit. Did I say sex? Drugs. Celebrity blinded names. Oh, yes.
It's going down.
It's going down. Shout out to my writer, Karen Hunter. Don't tell anybody, Karen. Shout out to Random House.
Shout out to Wendy's imagination.
Shout out to my imagination. How you doing? All right. That imagination is vivid.
I tell you.
I'll co-sign on that, girl. You do have a lot of mess going on in that head, and I love it. Any part of that book writing process you need me for, I'm here for you. Are you going to include my story with me and Durrell? And how my wife of 11 years walked in on me? You were right. Because if Durrell and I were not getting our thing on in our marital bed while I thought my wife was out of town, we wouldn't have been caught. We should have been in the garage or out back in the shed. My wife and those 3 kids that were out of town. I thought I had the house to myself. I had been creeping with Durrell for 3 of the 11 years of our marriage. Married her knowing I was gay, but I had a corporate job, the glass ceiling. You cannot be a single man for too long in corporate America. They look at you as unstable. That Playboy lifestyle only lasts for a certain amount of time before they want to see stability in a man. Oh, what's a queen to do? What is a queen to do? I took on a girl. Ew. Oh, we had the big splashy wedding, 500 people. Oh, sure. Catered by Sylvia's Soul Food.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
How was the honeymoon?
The honeymoon was fabulous. Durrell was in the room next door.
Oh!
She didn't understand we had an adjoining door. Every day I sent her to the day spa. While she was luxuriating there, me and Daryl were putting our thing down right there in the honeymoon bed. Oh, am I going to hell for that? Oh, how you doing? Oh, for 11 years I suffered as a heterosexual. Oh, I hated it. All the Christmas parties. Ew. The reminders, all those wedding anniversaries. Oh. I tried to drop Daryl because we've known each other for a long time. Yes, I brought him on the honeymoon. Shortly after the honeymoon, I dropped him like a bad habit, throwing myself into the church and throwing myself into a heterosexual way of life. Alas, 8 years into the marriage, I couldn't take it anymore. Hello, Daryl. It's me, Woody. I'm leaving her. Daryl stood by my side for 3 years while I ran that same story. But I was nervous. I had my corporate job. She had her finger on the email button. That email blast would have been crazy. Woody is gay.
I'm gay. I'm a homo.
I like guys. So for 3 years, I juggled my wife, Daryl, the love of my life, I might add, Daryl. And then the children. Oh, how would I explain a son and 2 daughters, beautiful kids? How? And then my corporate job. They're not very forgiving in corporate America, particularly on a black person. Alas, I pondered how I would tell my wife. And she goes out of town to visit her mother and father and takes the kids with her. And I thought Daryl and I had the house all to ourselves. Oh, it was a cozy 2 weeks during the winter of 2003. 2 weeks we luxuriated in each other's company. I didn't even hear the key in the door. I didn't even hear her creeping up the steps. The kids were behind her. They were all excited, unpacking their bags. After 2 weeks at the grandparents', and my wife opened the door, and oh, what she saw. What she saw. You don't want to know. But there was blood everywhere. No, in a good way. In a big Tigger kind of way.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, like Jay-Z says, pain is pressure and pressure bust pipes.
Wow.
Yes, yes. Where was I going with this story? Oh, I was talking about Miss Wendy and her imagination. And telling her if she needed my help in her series of novels, I'm available. Gotta go.
Oh, boy.
Wow, that's crazy.
Hey, the Cosby Show first season is on DVD. August 2nd. I'll call back. I can't even think. I'm trying to do my show. Ask around. Look in the drawers. Look in the desk drawers. And look on the picture frames. Look along. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're in the kitchen. Where?
Well, damn, stop making it all on blast. Yes. Look in the desk. Look on the shelves in the kitchen. Look around. And ask little Kev. For those of you who want to know if I'm divorced or unhappy, clearly you see my house is intact. And apparently I'm the only one who ever knows where anything is. I have to get a call during breaks about where stuff is. Shout out to the women.
Shout out to y'all.
Why do we always have to multitask? Anyway, The Cosby Show is available the first season on DVD beginning August 2nd, and the package is also going to feature a look back, which is a 90-minute look back at The Cosby Show. So for those of you who want to know, I think that's a good look. Now, Queen Latifah, everyone, is in talks with... Now, Queen Latifah, everyone, is in talk... Queen Latifah, everyone, is in... That's the remix. Stop. That is the Queen. And she's in talks about a possible role in an upcoming Broadway version of The First Wives Club. You got to respect her hustle, boy. She keeps it popping. You know that show. That's one of my favorite, it's a rainy Saturday, let me put a DVD in. That, the Whitney Houston prime time with Diane Sawyer. There's certain things that I love to go back to, Hoodlums, Scarface, Blow. Yeah, That's terrific. A Broadway version of it. I have no idea who else would be in it. But they're talking about perhaps Bernadette Peters. Love her.
She's still living?
Yes. Not just living, but thriving. And still looking good. Megan Mullally from Will and Grace. And how about Stockard Channing? Queen Latifah, Bernadette Peters, Megan Mullally, and Stockard Channing. I love it. I love it enough to sit there and watch. I got passes for The Lion King on Saturday. Kid is really looking forward to that. I'm going to try to stay awake. I just get so comfortable when the lights go down. That means go to sleep. It's the same thing with movies. I go, like I'm interested, but I, keep the lights up. Because as soon as the lights dim and my snack is finished, my licorice and soda or whatever,
you get the itis.
Forget about it. A nice meal over there at Serendipity before. I'm all full of that milkshake hot chocolate they have over there, and one of them 12-foot dogs with the chili and onions piled on top. A side order of cheesy fries. Make our way across town to the theater to see The Lion King. We got good seats too. Okay. But as soon as
eat afterwards.
But as soon as they dim the lights, it's a wrap. D'Angelo's making his way back to the stage. Oh my God!
Have you seen him lately?
Yes, he looked like old dirty. Yeah, his picture, his mugshot, his recent mugshot. I exaggerate not. He looked like old dirty bastard.
He did.
Not just an unkempt, but that how do I feel body? That body's been gone. Yeah. Well, he's doing a remix of Common's new song, Go.
Oh, okay.
Yes. He was last seen in November with the DWI Old Dirty Bastard picture. And last heard from back in 2002 when he collaborated with Raphael Sadiq.
How you doing?
Oh. There's a button for everyone, apparently. A button for everyone. The Wendy Williams Experience. It is what it is. A subtitle under that, a button for everyone.
There you go.
Angelina Jolie's baby is I'm not sure whether the baby's still in the hospital, but, it was very dramatic for her. The baby apparently had was in the hospital, and I'm not sure whether the baby still is, but being treated for salmonella, which is a bacterial infection, causes serious diarrhea and adverse reaction in children. I mean, as adults, sometimes we can get through stuff like that. Leaned over. Have you ever had food poisoning in a salmonella? You eat something bad, but for kids, it's, oh my gosh. I don't know from firsthand, but I can only imagine. The baby is 6 months old, so that was dramatic. Is 6 months old, and apparently there was an intravenous drip and antibiotics, and the baby had to overcome malnutrition and dehydration, and the blood tests were given, and fluids and baby formula, and it was all going down here in New York at the Presbyterian Medical College. Children living in orphanages, they say, in developing nations die quickly without proper medical intervention, and that, they say, quite possibly could have been this little girl's face had she not been adopted by Angelina, who has the financial means and the wherewithal to immediately, get the baby taken care of. I believe I heard earlier this week, though, that the baby had been discharged. I'm not quite sure, but in this case, I'm on Team Jolie's side. I wish you well with that one, Angelina. Yeah. You know who else they say wants to adopt badly, or at the very least have another biological baby? Courtney Arquette and David Arquette. She's got the itch. She wants more kids. They got the baby Coco. Here's another one of these stories. There's a former Hooters waitress. You know what? How about this? Because I've gone through 2 bottles of water, if you understand what I'm saying. Oh. Yeah, and I'm sitting here very uncomfortable. Can we take our break right now and then come back? We'll pick up with the Hooters story. Okay? All right. It's the Wendy Williams experience. It is what it is. There's a button for everyone.
Where's yours?
It depends on the time of the day. Oh. Don't forget, Vaughn's up at 7 o'clock with The Quiet Storm. Right here on your radio station, everyone. 107.5 WBLS.
What up? This your man, Blue Da Vinci, checking in with that BMF Entertainment. And you listening to the bonus hour on 107.5 WBLS.
All right. Thank you, Blue D. I'm going to a little barbecue for a short period of time right after the show. It's like T-Mobile, Virgin, something or another. 3 ways to pay as you go, and they're having a celebration. And so I'm going to run over there and see who I see. The invite guests, the invite lists look pretty strong. And then the doors open up at the Laugh Factory at 8 o'clock, and the comedy starts at 9. So I'll be over there right around 9 o'clock, the Laugh Factory tonight. So I was telling you guys that, okay, do you remember the story that we were sharing? By the way, the web poll did come through. 75% of people would sue the radio station. And I'm talking about regarding the Hummer. Do you remember the Hummer contest I was telling you about? This radio station in LA did a contest. They were giving away a Hummer. And what it ended up being, the woman came up to the radio station, thought she was picking up, her car and the keys and stuff. And they gave her a remote, and she pressed the button, and out comes this little tiny Hummer, and that was her prize. Well, they never exactly said it was a real Hummer. They just kind of led her astray, and now she's suing the radio station for $60,000. She's got an attorney, blah blah blah. So I put it on the Wendy Williams Experience website, asking you guys, would you sue if you were this woman? 75% of people said yes. 25% of people said no. Well, these stories never seem to stop. Apparently, in Panama City, Florida, a former Hooters waitress is suing Hooters, where she worked, saying that she was promised a new Toyota for winning a beer sales contest. In other words, you move the beer and we're giving you a Toyota. Instead, she won a toy Yoda from the movie Star Wars.
Toyota?
Yes. Well, her name is Jody Berry, and she won the contest because she sold the most beer at Hooters in Panama City, Florida in April. And she said that, the way the contest went was the top-selling waitress from each Hooters restaurant in the area was entered to win a drawing, and her name was the one that was picked. So she believed she won a new car. And she was blindfolded, and they led her to the restaurant parking lot. But when she took the blindfold off, she found that she won a toy Yoda doll from the movie Star Wars. And inside the restaurant, the manager was laughing, but she wasn't. This is what she says. A corporation can't lead their employees on like that. It's not good business ethics. They can't do that to people. So she quit working at the restaurant a week later, and now she's suing the company called Gulf Coast Wings, which happens to own the Hooters restaurants, alleging, breach of contract, fraudulent, representation. She's got her lawyer, and she's seeking compensation, the cost of a new Toyota. Now, she said that the restaurant manager, Jared Blair, told his waitresses he didn't know what kind of Toyota it was, a truck, a van, or a car, but told them that they'd be responsible for the taxes of the vehicle. So then if that's the case, then she was misled to be... In this case, don't ask me how I can separate one lawsuit from the other. Maybe in my mind there's a deep-seated thing where it's a radio station and I protect, what I do. But if in this case, I'd sue. Yeah. I guess especially because everybody's in the restaurant with their faces to the window laughing and laughing. They blindfolded her and took her to the parking lot. By the way, everyone, on Sunday, July 31st, you can join WBLS up at Grant's Tomb. Live performances by Melissa Morgan and Freddie Jackson, Layla Hathaway. Big tribute being paid to Luther Vandross. The big celebration kicks off Harlem Week. We just like to keep you posted as to what's going on. That's Sunday, July 31st, Grant's Tomb. We're celebrating the 107 days of summer. Sure we are. I have the official statement from Usher, which, for as many times as we said it, I think it's as important to put his statement out there, to play fair. But I wasn't the only person saying this. I mean, this was all over the place at one point, just for a few short days, too. Apparently, over the weekend, it was reported this past weekend that Usher Usher and his girlfriend, Alicia Brightwell, announced that they're expecting a baby together. And some paparazzi had taken a picture of Usher and Alicia coming out of a black tie event where they were coupled up, hugged up, but he had his hand placed on her belly. And she was wearing an empire waist dress, something short at empire waist. So you know how those are forgiving if you happen to have a big belly. And blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so the word was that Usher's mother was there and that, Usher and Alicia announced at this particular engagement that she's 3 months pregnant with his baby. The mother supposedly, clutched her, didn't look happy about it at all, but it was what it was. So, I, along with everybody else, started talking about it. So now Usher's released his statement. Here it is. It's a completely false and senseless rumor. Usher and Alicia Brightwell are not expecting a baby. That's from Usher's spokeswoman. The spokeswoman also goes on to say it was a fabricated story. They did not attend a black tie cancer research event in New York last week. The photo of Usher and Alicia was taken from his New Look fundraiser on July 8th in New York City. He was simply putting his arm around her and then pulled her closer to him to take a photo. It was snapped with his hand in front of her. Usher has been in Atlanta since July 9th and has been working with the 150 kids at his Camp New Look at Clark Atlanta University. Usher's New Look charity benefits disadvantaged youths and educates them about the business side of sports and entertainment. That's from his press person, Simone Smalls. Thank you, Simone, for getting back to everybody. I don't see a CC on this. I didn't start this, so, you need to CC a whole bunch of other people. I think Usher starts a lot of his own press, much the way he did, to sell his Confessions CD. I mean, one thing that he gets is how to get press. I would not be surprised if he purposely took a picture of her with his hand on her belly. He knows what gets people talking. It wouldn't have been the first time in Usher's career that he's fabricated or been part of a baby fabrication. In the meantime, it's in the daily news today and also all over the internet that Little Kim's former boyfriend, World, who happens to be a friend of the show, we often recognize World in the way of his most famous line, "Wow, wow." That's it. Wow, wow. Yes. Anyway, sad to hear he was hit with some Well, I don't even feel comfortable reading about it. 16 pounds seized. I see arrests and other people's names, and but just you can look in the daily news today. The title is something like "Little Kim's ex," hit with RICO charges ranging from murder to kidnapping. Yeah, so I'm sure they'll be covering it tonight on the UPN 9 News. You guys can check it out for yourself. Wow. Yeah, World. Wow. We're not laughing at World, but the wow. That is the very entertaining line that he gave us. The wows. Wow. Dear Wendy Williams, honey, love, child, girlfriend, and dear friend in my head. Ooh, that was a mouthful because it's very necessary. After pondering the thought for over 3 years, I finally decided to get a tummy tuck. I am ready to do the damn thing. Tomorrow is my consultation in my hometown of Montclair, New Jersey. But my questions to you are the following. Number 1. She just can't wait 24 hours to ask her plastic surgeon, can she? You just got to ask me.
You're the expert.
It says, my man and I are known, and Bob and Rita, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, okay. Your man and you know Bob and Rita. Oh, you mean the chief? Well, what does this have to do with a tummy tuck? What does she say? They asked that you not smoke, so is Chief included? Yes!
Why?
But it's your consultation. It's not the actual surgery. But you might not want a chief before the consultation either. You want to be clear-headed to listen to what your surgeon has to say. Yes, smoke and any kind of smoke or food in your system could make you have adverse reaction to the anesthesia. Anesthesia will kill you. You must be forthright with your weight, You must not eat food or drink anything. You got to be right with this, because while you're totally under, you could start gagging on your own tongue and die. Let's call it what it is. As beautiful and flat as I know you want your belly to be, and I'm sure your operation will be a success, don't aid and abet in killing yourself by lying. If you really weigh 200 pounds, it's not time to be vain and tell your surgeon that you weigh 175, because then the anesthesiologist is only going to give you enough anesthesia for a 175-pound woman, and you could die under anesthesia. Now let's see. She has 2 more questions. How long will I have to go without sex? Oh. It depends, I guess, on how well you heal. Focus.
Man.
Do they recommend you be in a certain age or weight class? I'm 30 years old. I'm 5'9", and don't gag, Miss Honey, but I weigh 185 pounds this morning. I'm like a size 12, an easy size 14. And lastly, I plan on visiting you next Wednesday at the Laugh Factory.
Oh, yeah.
To give you a before look at me in all my splendor. And also, after I have the surgery, I will visit you at the Laugh Factory so you can see my new splendor and fabulosity. Oh, I would love to. Thanks for including me. And finally, she says, I think you should have a before and after thing. Well, here's what you do. Why don't you take a Polaroid? Don't include your face if you don't want to be included. Take a Polaroid of yourself in a bikini or a bra and panties or whatever. We'll put it on the website. Yeah. Take a picture of your before and after. Or if you only want me to see it, then I'll look at it. I wish you well with your decision to get a tummy tuck. But remember, the anesthesia will kill you. Listen to everything your doctor says, and then for as paranoid as he sounds, you be double paranoid. Stop worrying about sex and chiefing.
Yeah.
By the way, once your stomach is flattened, on top will be your favorite way of doing it, because all this jiggly jelly belly will be gone. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you got the jiggle jelly belly, sometimes your best look is laying on your back.
There you go.
You know, wherever, with your hands above your head, only because everything stretches out and, flattens you out. But afterwards, forget about it. Oh, I wish you well. But focus. Come on, focus. You focus. Girl, crazy ass. Oh, boy. Now, Kanita heard Michael Jackson's book writer, Bob Jones, on WBLS this morning. Kanita's the only person who's written in about this. I had more people who heard him out in L.A. and let me know that he was on than, right here. Yeah. Kanita says, did you happen to hear the interview this morning with Bob Jones, the author of the Michael Jackson book? I can't recall his name, she says. I say Bob Jones, but she says, I can't recall his name, but he was saying some wild stuff that was supposedly true. For example, Michael supposedly molested his nephews, Tito's boys, and the names he used for us people. Off the hook. What do you think? As usual, love the show. Love your staff. Have a good day. That's from Kanita Taylor Sidbury. What do I think? I still look at Michael with the guilty eye, but I'm not interested in whatever Bob Jones has to say. Like, I've had enough. Yeah. I'm just not that interested in delving, and I've heard allegations regarding Tito's boys, and, I'm not surprised if he calls folk other names like porch monkeys behind our backs, and none of it's surprising. And for as interesting as it is, she couldn't even remember the author's name. I guess it wasn't that interesting. No. I don't know. I mean, we'll try to hunt him down and have him on the show and get to the bottom of it. I don't know I'm that interested, though. It was more exciting having Jonathan on.
There you go.
We need him to visit once a month until the verdict is read.
Licking his lips.
No. Licking him and shining him. Carrying on. I don't believe for one moment that Bobby and Whitney would dare give Bobby Christina wine, particularly in public, to celebrate the Bravo show. Now, these people are a lot of things. And we've all seen it as the drama unfolds on their show. But come on. They have a big story done by my writer friend, Patricia Shipp. Patricia writes for the National Enquirer, and she's on this story. And the title is Whitney pushing daughter, age 12, to drink? Now, there's no accusation. She's asking a question. So legally speaking, you have to be careful when you say stuff like this. For the record, before I even talk about this article, I just want to tell you, I don't believe this. I believe that Whitney and Bobby are a lot of things and are capable of being a lot of things. But this, I don't believe. They say Whitney and Bobby never claimed to be perfect role models for the daughter, but now they're facing new questions over a shocking photo that shows them. Here, I have the actual magazine. Here's just through the Enquirer, and look at Bobby Christina drinking something burgundy out of a wine glass. Over a shocking, and she's got her eyes closed and everything, like, the little girl. New questions over that show, shocking photos that show them with 12-year-old Bobby Christina drinking from a wine glass. The picture is certain to raise fresh doubt over the behavior of the couple, who admit past struggles with drugs and booze. Change the pages faster, or it's stop. There it is.
Oh, yeah. Here you go. Oh, that's Kool-Aid.
I mean, yeah. Come on, just
It's a wine glass, but it's Kool-Aid.
It's a wine glass, but I'm sure they're at a formal place where they can't exactly bring a highball out.
Shirley Temple.
Even though when you're Bobby and Whitney, I guess, at this point you want to do everything kind of above board, especially when it pertains to your kid. Like maybe not serve her out of a wine glass just because people might take a picture and talk like they're doing now. And I say they because I don't believe this. I mean, I believe a lot of crazy stuff about Bobby and Whitney, but I don't believe this. And I had no idea that it was Bill O'Reilly who actually had the nerve to be the one to file the complaint in New Jersey with the New Jersey Human Services people. After the Diane Sawyer interview, to have the New Jersey Human Services people investigate how Bobby Christina was being taken care of. Yeah. Bill O'Reilly calling the feds in on Bobby and Whitney. Wow. You got your nerve. I don't believe this. Look, I guess, why didn't they put that Bobby and Whitney are kissing or saying welcome to the club? Yeah. Just make it even more scandalous. Come on. It's ridiculous. They're at a celebration party for the launch of the Bravo show. So they're probably someplace fancy, the Four Seasons and, all the news media, everybody's around. And the little girl's sitting with them and she's having fun. She's having, some Kool-Aid or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Come on, let's stop dwelling. Let's move on. A lot of things could be said about Bobby and Whitney, but I'm not going with that one. Mm-mm. But there's other talk being done. Uh-oh. And that talk is that the bulk, first of all, of that Bravo show was shot about a year ago, shortly after the initial deal that Bobby and Whitney had completed, or Bobby's company had completed with Bravo. Now, because of the long lag time between the time of the shoot and the time the show actually came on TV, they're saying that Bobby spent roughly $1 million that I guess he was paid, in advance or whatever, before a single episode of the show even aired. He was just like running through money. They say, it goes on to say, this is in the Globe, that Bobby is completely marred by debt because of his crushing legal and other expenses. He's perpetually desperate for cash. In weeks leading up to the show's premiere, Bobby was advanced roughly $200,000 from Bravo so that he could continue to make key promotional appearances for the show. He was threatening to leave the whole project behind if he didn't get his cash. But a network spokesperson said that they never cut a check like that to Bobby and Whitney. This is what they say, though. We paid the production company for the show. Same difference. Yeah. But they say that he burns through money like a house on fire. Then before he went in to cut any of the radio spots, it's being alleged that he refused to record any of the spots unless he was paid in cash right there at that time. Well, there's something to be said for that. I mean, when we had our Bobby Brown interview on the telephone, he said the only way he'd come in the studio is if I paid him some cash. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. I was going to give him the Lauryn Hill money, except I found this, my bottom oven all of a sudden went on the fritz, and I had to continue, with my own life. And I took the original Lauryn Hill money, got myself a new refrigerator. No, not new cabinets. I mean, I got a nice refrigerator, so it sucked up all the money. Oh, okay. And then right around the Bobby Brown one, hell, I would have paid him to come in here and talk. But next thing you know, the bottom oven was on the fritz. So I said, well, let me go out, and get me a bottom oven. Yeah. I mean, I'm not beyond paying for an interview and taking up a collection. And the radio station wouldn't help me out. Sometimes they don't see the bigger picture. Let's get this. You know what I mean? But it has to be with the right person. I mean, Miss Honey wanted to be flown in from California. I was like, not on my dime. Uh-oh. But I was teetering on it. I'm talking about Jonathan. Yeah. Oh, you don't understand what we went through for that. Oh. Jonathan tried to diva out on the show. He said, fly me in. I was like, what? Negro. Somebody call up JetBlue and find out how much that is. And then I snapped to my senses. Then we found out he was going to be flown in from L.A. to do something else here in New York. And I said, well, then that's the day that we'll sidebar him over here, And still had to end up paying for his car service. But I wanted the interview.
It was worth it.
It was worth it. I mean, I'm trying to bring you all the best. And I got to tell you, sometimes these people, you know what I'm saying? And it's not just here, it's in general. I got to go. I've had fun today. The show's going by real fast. I'll see you all over at the Laugh Factory. Doors open up at 8 o'clock tonight. It's the Wendy Williams Comedy Experience. Come one, come all, young, old, and everybody in between. Single, married, by yourself, whatever. Listen, there's one thing that we all have in common. We all love to be entertained and we all love to laugh. And laughter sometimes is the best medicine. So come on over to the Laugh Factory. Get your mind off your troubles for a moment. Get yourself a drink, a plate of food, and sit and laugh with us. And let's have some fun. 42nd Street and 8th Avenue. Doors open up tonight at 8 o'clock. Comedy starts at 9 o'clock. Me, Artie, Capone, Ken Black will all be over there, and the host of other comedians that come through to tell jokes. All righty, everybody. I love you for being here. Thank you once again, Young Jeezy, for coming through the show. And you and I will talk again tomorrow. Vaughn Harper's next with The Quiet Storm on 107.5 WBLS.
The Wendy Williams broadcast day has completed.
Aw, man!
And WBLS music starts now.